I don't know what the hell's going on. Oh, there you go. And welcome everyone to Circle Back Podcast, top 5 picks of the week, ladies and gentlemen. We're back, a doubleheader, I know, but we're here, we're back. And I'm here with a fresh new haircut, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. This is the host of TV's one. Hey, yes, host of TV's one I've been seeing here with Mr. DeLorean himself, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Mike De Niro. He needs a haircut. Any barbers out there in New York City? Damn it, give him a damn haircut for free. Damn it, man works too hard.
Usually my girl does it, so. She's like,
it's all good. It's all good. But man, we are here, ladies and gentlemen, to give our top 5 picks of the week. And that is, of course, the top 5, as you see right behind us. It is top 5 future stars of AEW. Of course, this is not including the pillars, but unfortunately, the director forgot the concept of his top 5. Hopefully, we message him because he is not going to be appearing because he is busy. But hopefully, he sees it and tell him to change his picks. Let's hope he does. But that's depending on him if he will change them. But in the meantime, I'm just going to go ahead and give my picks because it looks like I'm having difficulties here. But before we do, don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, anybody you guys are listening to this, make sure anything you purchase on Manscaped, put the promo code DeLorean. You get 20% off out of all your Manscaped merchandise for the men and female as well. Once again, the males, make sure you keep those balls clean. You want to keep them nice and toasty. You gotta make them, smell fresh because it's the no day, November. So yes, we're back again. That's right. Oh, the TK, yes, the banger of podcasting.
What up? What up?
That's right, the banger of podcasting. Banger after banger after banger. But yes, we're doing top 5 future stars of AEW right there, ladies and gentlemen. So, but yes, once again, promo code DeLorean, 20% off of all your Manscaped merchandise.
Thank you.
But let's get into the action here, ladies and gentlemen. As we're doing this top 5 future stars. So I'm going to go ahead first. I'm going to save Mr. DeLorean for last because he's the best for last. That's why he's the best.
Thank you.
And here we go. This is not including no pillars for me. This is males, females, and tag teams that we're giving our top 5. Who could be the future stars of AEW? We already have the 4 pillars of Sammy, Jungle Boy, Darby, and MJF. However, this is not including none of these 4 individuals. This is basically including it's the future stars in AEW. So it looks like, let's see, directors getting messaging.
They already are.
Yeah.
They already been marketed as that.
Let's see, they marketed them as that already.
That's where the concept of pillars came from.
It's a concept, it's a pillars, but yes, let me go ahead and write it and give my number 5, ladies and gentlemen. And let me see here. My number 5, of course, it's going to be this man, Orange Cassidy. That's right. I chose Orange Cassidy for a reason. Because he's a one, for me, I know it's funny aside, but he has that, I can't compare him to anybody like in WWE or anything else, but just he has the charisma. He has that go-to attitude that, hey, he could go if he wants to. And Orange Cassidy, we've seen it, his attributes in Shikara. We've seen him in other, promotions. But, seeing Orange Cassidy, as he's developing, been noticing a little bit more. He's been getting more serious matches. The one that stands out for him by far is him and Will Ospreay at Forbidden Door. We know that he had the little loophole that even Jericho said it was a bust when it was that Mimosa matchup. But hey, it happens. It happens. But I will go with Orange Cassidy. I think Orange will fit very, very well in this list, and he's a future star. He could be a future TNT, or maybe even, I know people won't take him serious as a world heavyweight champion for AEW. Yeah. But I think the more he develops his career, his mic skills and showing more ability in the in-ring, not just the same 1, 2, 3 moves. But one thing is we're definitely going to see Orange Cassidy take out that
ruthless aggression.
That's right, which is aggression. You will see it. But, we'll see. We will see we'll see the future of Orange Cassidy.
That's a really good pick. Very strong pick.
Yeah, I don't know who else I would have chose, but I feel that he has it, man. I think the man has it. He could be a future star. That's for sure. My number 4, of course, powerhouse Will Hobbs. I feel Will Hobbs has the potential to be. I wouldn't even. How can I say who he could be? He kind of reminds. I don't know why. He kind of reminds me of Mark Henry, and I mean that by his attitude. He reminds me of Mark Henry because of his attitude and the way how he carries himself in the ring. And, there's a reason why you call yourself a powerhouse, for a reason. So, I strongly believe that Will Hobbs has the potential to become definitely a star in AEW. And now we're seeing it right now with basically him, pretty much getting now a title shot for the TNT title. I like the fact that he's now finally getting that TV time that he well deserves of Hobbs. Hobbs, for me, could go for the distance. I feel that if you give him the more mic time, he could be a bad man, how Stephen A. Smith said it. A bad man. I feel like he has the potential. I feel, Will Hobbs definitely has the potential to be a star in the business.
Most definitely.
Number 3, Jamie Hayter. Jamie Hayter is another one. I get it. People were like, well, why her? Why not Britt? Why not Chris Statlander? I wouldn't mind. Chris Statlander was another one that I had in my books. However, it's an unfortunate, with all due respect, too much of an injury prone, and it kind of deteriorates that a little bit because the more you're injured, the more you're gone from television, the people forget about you. Mm-hmm. Don't get me wrong. Statlander has it too. But this lady right here could be, and I know I'm going to get shitted on this, but she could be, for me, she's her own entity. But her attitude, her charisma, she could be like Paige in a way. In a way a little bit. But she could have that attitude. She could have that Charlotte little bit of attitude too. A little bit of mixture of that, or even, heck, I would even say Sasha Banks in a way. Jamie Hayter has definitely the potential to become a future star for sure. And we're going to see it. We're going to see it at full gear. Are we going to see her becoming the women's champion? That's the biggest question.
I would give her. We'll get to that when we get to that, because I definitely would give the title to Jamie Hayter just to see what she could do with it.
Yeah, and how I mentioned last time, my biggest fear is, when you book her, then what? That's the major concern for me, because
you gotta have a follow-up plan.
Yeah, you definitely got to have a follow plan for Jamie Hayter. And I hope so. I mean, I hope nothing but the future for Jamie, and we'll see. We'll see where Jamie goes, because I mean, Jamie could be the next leader for that women's roster. Don't get me wrong, Jade Cargill too. Jade Cargill has it too. Oh, what's going on? Championship on the Line podcast. Yes, what's going on? Thank you so much. But yeah, I mean, Jamie Hayter. I think Jamie Hayter she got it, man. I think she could be the one. She could definitely be the one for sure.
I agree with you. She's definitely a future pillar.
Oh yeah, very future pillar. And of course, my number 2 will be Wardlow. Yes, Wardlow. I chose Wardlow for a reason. Wardlow has all the attributes that anybody would like to have. I mean, hearing basically his interview on Chris Van Fleet, he grew up watching Batista. He wants to be kind of like the next Batista.
Yeah.
And I think they could definitely book him to be the next Batista. It's just, like I said, I digress. It's just they need to start booking him more, defending that TNT title, have that TNT at its prestige, along with the star who's holding that prestigious belt, and that is in Wardlow, who could do that. I think Wardlow could do it. His mic skills are developing a little bit more, thanks for the help of MJF, I'd say. Anybody behind this, Cody Rhodes. I mean, he has the potential. He has the potential to become that star. Wardlow for sure. I think for me could have a great title run.
He's definitely a future world champion, like without a doubt.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. He is definitely a future world champion, and I see it
100%. Yeah.
And man, I mean, shit. Why not? I mean, I would definitely book him to become a world champion. Is it too soon right now? Of course. You want him to have a great run with the TNT belt. That's what I would like to see more. I want to see more of a title run for Wardlow on this one. And I cannot wait once they announce that they're going to book him against Will Hobbs at Full Gear, because we already know that's going to happen. We already know they're heading towards that direction.
It's going to be a clash.
Oh, man. And I hope it's going to be a fantastic clash.
Yeah.
I hope we do. I hope we see a great one on this one.
Oh,
and that is
without a doubt.
And my número 1, señoras y señores.
The big one.
Number 1. Of course. I said it myself. Man himself. Ricky Starks, baby. Ricky Starks, baby. Yes. He is without a shadow of a doubt, has the greatest mic skills for me, as MJF does, as well. Could we say that it's on top of that list of the mic skills? And I'm talking about overall.
Tell me he didn't just say that.
Hey, I mean, he could talk. It got him in trouble, but he could talk.
Oh yeah, he got him in trouble, right? Eating nothing but a bakery and got him in trouble. Like, yeah, I'm old, I'm tired of playing with children. Well, don't play with children then. Let the children take the future of this promotion. And that's what I feel, that Ricky Starks is the one who can do that. I really definitely feel like Ricky Starks has the capability of him even making the TNT, the All Atlantic, even the heavyweight championship of really prestige. He's your next Dwayne Johnson, in my opinion. He has it. He has the looks. Reminds me of Dwayne. He has that potential to what he could do. Ricky just needs more TV time.
Yeah.
He needs more TV time. I've been asking for that. And I know that we're doing this on a Friday. People are going to be listening to this the next following day. But they already announced the Eliminator tournament. They already announced it. So it looks like what we're looking at is Ricky Starks will be involved in that. I forgot who's going to face, but we'll talk about that next week.
Rightfully so. I mean, he deserves it.
Oh yeah, I mean, most definitely he deserves it, man. Man, Ricky Starks, you have the potential. You got it all, man. You do have it all, and he is definitely a world champion for sure. He's a future world champion.
Great list for sure.
Oh man, I have a lot more. I mean, I have 2 honorable mentions. One will be the Gun Club. The Gun Club I will have to mention because they're another group that I feel that has another potential to be one of the future top tag team heels in AEW. You need a top. You already have the Acclaim who did it, right? The reason why I'm not including the Acclaim because they're already at that level already. And just, letting everybody know why I'm not including the Acclaim. Why I'm not mentioning them. Because they're already there. They're at that peak. They already reached that top of the mountain becoming tag team champions. But Gun Club, on the other hand, I mean, Gun Club is a whole different story. I mean, you need these 2 guys to, they won me over ever since that matchup with them in FTR. The chemistry was awesome between all 4 of them. And, them taking all the, knowledge from their father of Billy Ass. Yes, Billy Ass. And then running with the gimmick that Danhausen giving them with the Ass Boys. Running with it is the most smartest thing to do. And to go with it. And to have fun with it. You could be the goofy, geeky in the beginning, but I know later we're gonna see that seriousness. That we're gonna we could see maybe a 2.0. I know I'm gonna get shitted on this, but a 2.0 version of the Smoking Guns combining with New Age Outlaws in a way. It could happen that way. I know.
Yo, not many people remember the Smoking Guns, Billy and Bart.
Oh man, the Smoking Guns was actually, for me, they were a great tag team. I don't know why I liked them. It was something unique and different. I like that, and I feel like the Gun Club could do that. The Gun Club could definitely be a future star in the tag team division, future tag team champions for sure. We already seen them with with FTR, which I know you digress about it, but I don't mind it, and I like to see it. Because of course, I mean, De Niro, when he doesn't feel it, he feels a little bit
very oozy.
He's feeling a little very oozy. So I mean, it happens. But to each his own, to each his cup of tea. But I don't mind the Gun Club for sure being the future stars in the business, and they could really elevate the tag team vision too.
Oh yeah,
they definitely can. And of course, there's one other man that I definitely love, and I always praise this man, and that is my second honorable mention, Ethan Page. Ethan Page. Oh man, I know Ethan had his credentials in Impact, with Norris, being the former tag team champions. Okay, I get that. But Ethan Page, for me, he's another one that has the charisma, that I honestly and speaking kind of like Vince's type of way. Ethan Page could be, that's something that Vince McMahon will like of Ethan Page. The smile, the looks.
The mic skills, yeah.
Look at them titties. Yeah. Chocolate. Yeah, the mic skills, yes. Vince will definitely will love that. I think.
Yeah.
And Ethan Page has it, man. I just wish they could book him better. I'm hoping that the firm works out and becomes a real threat faction for the whole promotion to either a tag team or to another trios. It matters. I hope they really and make Ethan Page your guy. Ethan Page should be your guy. Who could leave the firm, in my opinion. I think he should be the one. You already kicked out MJF. Let MJF. I mean, let Ethan Page, run the show. That's me. I don't know how you feel about it.
No, yeah, I'm right there with you. I feel like he should be the front man and the leader of the firm because he has all the tools to be the leader.
Oh man, definitely. He does have the leadership. He has. For me, it's just a persona. He fucking has it, man.
Yeah.
Who could we say that Ethan reminds you? Like, let's say we go back to the past. Let's get on the DeLorean and go to the past and see who he reminds us of. Look, he kind of reminds me a little bit of, for me, a little, and this is a homage for all the Canadian audiences. He a little bit reminds me of me, just that little smarky attitude of Rick Martel. When Rick Martel was becoming, when he was just, I love that gimmick of Rick Martel. Great athlete he was. Yeah, and underrated. Rick Martel is very underrated. Ethan has that for me. I could go back to that golden era. He has that type of attitude. He could be like, he's not a high flyer. He's a very classic in-ring performer. 4 or 5 moves like a suplex, cool, whatever, and his finisher, of course, is Razor's Edge. But it's the way how he's telling the story in the ring. It's really like, oh yeah, he's giving like fuck off. Like, I like that from Ethan Page, and that's why he reminds me of Rick Martel, because Martel has that smirky way as well too, and a mixture of Martel and Perf for me right here. He has that too. He could be that perfect as well, Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig. And that's why, I could have put him my number 1 or my number 2, but for me, is bad booking is how they're closing my heart with him. But I'm not giving up on Ethan Page. You're gonna be my number 1 guy on the next.
It looks like they're turning it around. So see what happens.
I hope so. But that's my list, guys. I mean,
yeah, good list.
This is, like I said, it's to clarify again, we're not including the current 4 pillars. We're not including Britt Baker because they're already stars, not including the Acclaim because they're already up there. Not including them.
I thought we were going to have a lot of similarities. We only have 2, so I'm excited about this list.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. That's what I love.
So we're about to bring up some different names over here.
Oh, I enjoy it. But see, the director said anything to us?
Yeah, he said Darby Allin.
Oh, no Darby.
Yeah.
Just might as well. Jesus Christ. All right. Yeah. Let's give director's picks. And then
the director's picks are the 4 pillars from the past.
You forgot. I mean,
Darby, MJF, Sammy Guevara, and Jungle Boy.
Yes. Oh my God. He says, all right, he says Sammy Guevara needs to stay mature in the locker room. That's number 5. Britt Baker, the next great female heel. Charlotte levels of heat. Jungle Boy 3. Once he gets into a serious character, he is the next Bryan Danielson. Good. That's a good analogy there. So I like that. Number 2, Wardlow, the next great big man. Ricky Starks, number 1 for him. Dude glows with charisma. No MJF. WWE bound before he has time to be an AEW legend. He's talking about MJF there. I guess his honorable mentions will be Darby and Jamie Hayter. That will be his honorable mentions. So we will have to come back and do this. We still have to come back and do this list. We're for sure gonna do this list again. Maybe towards the end of the year we'll probably do it. How we're gonna end the 2022, and we'll come back to this list for sure. Because mind you, we're still gonna do future stars of all promotions, not just AEW. So mind you on that. All right, De Niro, the floor is yours, my brother.
So my number 5 is Powerhouse Will Hobbs. Like you said, man, this guy is just a fucking monster in the ring. He has great charisma, the facial expressions. He looks like he's like I wouldn't want to like cross not Ricky Starks, Powerhouse Hobbs the wrong way. Like that mean mug that he be giving looks like he's just gonna fuck you up. So like I like that. I like the fact that he looks like he's a bad man, and I really, really want to see him win some gold because he deserves it. So number 5, Powerhouse Hobbs, he's going to be a huge star for this company. And if not in this company, elsewhere, trust me. My number 4, I might get shitted on. You picked him as number 1. Director picked him as number 1. My number 4 is Ricky Starks. And I'm going to tell you why he's number 4 and not number 1. If he was, because he has the potential to be number 1. But the reason why I say he's number 4 is because he's very, injury prone. He broke his neck. He has back injuries. Like, that's the only thing that's stopping him, I feel, from being on TV more often. That's the only thing that's stopping him from being at the top. It's like you mentioned earlier about Chris Statlander being injury prone. Ricky Starks is injury prone as well. So it's hard for me to say he's number 1 and he's never on TV. You know what I mean? So that's why I have him up as number 4. But he's fucking amazing. Mike skills, charisma. The guy just oozes charisma. And I think that he's going to be a huge, huge star if he can stay healthy. That's the main key. If he stays healthy, he's good. My number 3 is Hook. Hook is not only extremely young, but Hook is going to be a fucking megastar. He already has an aura about him that got people excited to see his future. He has, the lineage of being Taz's son, and he's just a fucking badass. Like, he goes in there, he fucks you up, and he leaves. And I love the fact that my first 3 picks were all from Team Taz, because when they were all together, I really wasn't a big fan of Team Taz, and now look at, they're all like on my list of like pillars. But Hook is going to be a major, major star. Like, give him 2-3 years of experience, Hook is going to be a champion, world champion.
That's woo, man. Hook. I'm trying to see if I can find a debate on this, but it's kind of harder than what you just said.
Hook is the man. He got the look. He got the charisma without even saying words. He doesn't even need to talk. He lets the fucking in-ring action talk for him. Like, he's the man.
Okay. I mean, I guess he's the man. I guess, yeah. I just wish we'll see how they book him later on. I want to see how his future booking will be for sure. And, shit, Jesus. I'm everywhere here, ladies and gentlemen. But there you go. That's Hook. Oh, man. Hook. All right, Hook. I'll give you a shot. My heart is open. Mi corazón está abierto for you. That's right.
My number 2 is Daniel Garcia. Daniel Garcia he's growing so much as a fucking wrestler. Being in there with Bryan Danielson, being in there with Jericho, being in there with all these top guys and mixing it up with like guys like Moxley and CM Punk and everyone he's been impressing. You know what I mean? From the time that Daniel Garcia debuted in AEW to the time we're currently in, Daniel Garcia is leaps and bounds better than what he was. And he just debuted there like not too long ago, maybe a little less than a year or about a year, right? He's been in AEW for about a year, and he's already in top storylines. He puts on some of the best matches. I would say his matchup with Bryan Danielson from that Dragon episode, the House of the Dragon episode, was one of the best matches in AEW history. So Daniel Garcia is going to be a major, major, major star in AEW. I think that he's a future champion. I don't know if you see that. I don't know if everyone sees that, but I think Daniel Garcia is going to be a mega star. I could see him being the next Ring of Honor world champion.
I mean, I can see that for sure because I've been saying that he's probably going to be the last one to dethrone Chris Jericho's run as a Ring of Honor world champion. Mm-hmm. Now, as an AEW world champion, I can see that. This is what I can see. Let's say down the line, 2 years from now, I can see the dismantle of BCC, right? But it goes to different paths. William Regal, let's say he starts behind working the scenes, kind of dismantle himself away. I can see Brian to be Daniel Garcia, William Regal. And I can see him being his Miyagi. See his Miyagi and pushing him to go for that world title. And pushing him to become a badass. Pushing him to, take out, that inner ruthless aggression that he wants out of Garcia. This is like a whole fucking, for me, I know why I always do this. I always fucking do it, but I always compare it like a fucking Rocky story. It's like almost there. You know how, he has his, he has his, what's his name? What was the freaking
Mick?
Chase. Yeah, you got the Mick. Come on, Rocky. Rocky, he could do that. I think he can definitely do that. I think Brian could be that for Garcia. And 2 years, I'm hoping we could talk about this again and then say, we told you so. Because I think that could be the case. Because I don't see Brian becoming, I could see 2 more years in him. Even though age is only a number. But you think he's want to go a little bit longer? I think he wants to, finish his career.
He might go a little longer, but I think he's going to finish his career more sooner than later. So
I think, I feel the same way, honestly. I think because he wants to have a great run, not even as a world champion. There's nothing to prove, and just say he's wrestled everybody that he wanted to wrestle at his prime. Yeah. And
I think his main thing is he wants to go out on his terms. He doesn't want to go out because of an injury,
Yeah, very, very true. So hopefully we get to see that from him. We never know.
Yeah.
Never know. All right.
Number 1. Got to give it to my girl, Jade Cargill. Jade Cargill's money. Jade Cargill's money.
Yeah.
Money. And also, if you think about it, right? What is she now that she beat Marina Shafir? She's 41-0.
About right.
Now, if you think about that, she's only had 41 matches in her whole career. And she's this good. So I know there's a lot of people, she's botching a lot. She's green. She's this, she's that. Fuck that. She has one of the best personalities in wrestling today. Not just AEW, not just AEW's women's division. I'm talking about professional wrestling, men, women, no matter what company. Jade Cargill is a star. Jade Cargill is going to be, you talk about Ricky Starks being the next Dwayne Johnson. Jade Cargill is going to be the next Dwayne Johnson. She's going to be in movies. She's going to be everywhere. Give it like 5 years, Jade Cargill will be everywhere. She's got that potential. She has that star power. She has that charisma. She has the mic skills. And the wrestling is getting better and better each time I see her. So I could say within a year or so, she's going to be a great wrestler too. So what else do you need to be the total package?
That, you know what, I'm not disagreeing there. I agree. It's true. Think about it. Why was number 5 in the PWI 150 women's list. Why was she there? We said it on when we talked about it 2 weeks ago. It's not much about her in-ring skills. It's just about her charisma. She can go. Her presence is very well known, and that's what you want. You want her to win you over as a heel, and I give it to her 100%. There's nothing wrong of Jade Cargill being number 1. I don't see nothing wrong with it. For everybody else that sees it wrong, she's gonna tell you this.
Here with Jade Cargill and the baddies.
First and foremost, Tony, cut the shit. First and foremost, Tony, cut the shit. Tony, cut the shit. Cut the shit.
Cut the shit. You gotta cut the shit, man, because Jade Cargill will be for sure a future star. A lot of people that don't see her that way, especially we didn't talk about it on the debate, but if you remember, I guess there was a Twitter war between her and this other guy, I forgot, this other podcaster who was really very known. I think he's off the square ropes or something like that. I don't know who he's.
JD from New York, from Off the Script.
off the
That
script,
fuck
bro.
face.
Wow, he really went off, and I'm happy to see the women are so together in AEW. They all teamed up on him. Of course, he's like, "Oh, the victim! I didn't do anything." I listened to your digression and say, "There you go. See."
I don't like that guy at all.
Yes, and I know your mind.
You're lying.
You know he was lying. So yeah, I'm pretty. Yeah, I mean he's all. I ain't gonna waste my time on that guy. But I was really happy to see Cargill stood up for the women's division, and the women herself standing up alongside with her. Cargill's gonna be a star. We already started doing a funny skit where one of the social media platform stars on IG or Facebook. I forgot his name, but she already did like a skit with him. So I mean, we're seeing it. We're gonna see that from Jade Cargill for sure, man. I'm not disagreeing at all. I think the great pick. I think for me, it's not bad of a pick. I really like that you thought of that. Heard number one for that reason. And yes, people that thinks that we're wrong, comment below. Give us your top 5 future stars of AEW.
Yeah.
But any honorable mentions? No.
I got one. I know people might shit on this too, but my honorable mention is Wheeler Yuta. Wheeler Yuta is another young guy who, him being surrounded by guys like Jon Moxley, Claudio, William Regal, Bryan Danielson, that's only going to make him better. And in the ring, he's leaps and bounds better than when he debuted. What up, wrestling news? I appreciate
What's going on,
you
wrestling news? What's going on, brother?
Wrestling news.
Yes, subscribe to their channel, man. They have good shit.
Most definitely. Big fan over here.
Big time.
So yeah, I mean, since joining AEW when he was with the Best Friends, like he was good, but ever since he joined the Blackpool Combat Club, he's like leaps and bounds better than what he was. So imagine more experience being around guys like Claudio, being around guys like Jon Moxley, going to Japan for the Super Juniors Cup. Like, the guy's got it all. Like, he's going to be an amazing wrestler. He just needs to, I guess, tune up the charisma a little bit and the mic skills. And he got it, because in ring, the guy is fucking amazing. So shout out Wheeler Yuta. He's definitely, in my opinion, honorable mention for a future pillar for AEW.
I definitely agree. I'm trying to think. I know everybody has their own entity, but who could we compare Wheeler Yuta to?
I got a good comparison.
I know
Wheeler Yuta. Really?
But go ahead. I want to hear.
Who do you think it's gonna be?
I tell you, you're gonna. You know what? I'll tell you.
All right, go ahead.
I say Dean Malenko on his in-ring.
That's a good one. I wasn't thinking Dean Malenko, but that's a really good one, actually. That's a really good one, because he does remind me of Dean Malenko too, but he reminds me a lot of Lance Storm.
There you go.
Yeah.
That was about both. Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Lance Storm and Dean Malenko mixture for me.
Most definitely, because Lance Storm, Dean Malenko, those type of wrestlers weren't talkers, but they were letting their actions do the talking for them. And Wheeler Yuta's that guy. Like, it's AEW's fault for putting a mic in his hand, because he's not a talker. You know what I mean? I can't blame Wheeler Yuta for that. This is what made ECW so good, because Paul Heyman knew, all right, if you have a negative, I'm never going to show that negative. I'm only going to accentuate your positives. So if somebody wasn't a talker, you either had a mouthpiece or you wasn't on the mic. You were just in the ring. So Wheeler Yuta is that guy to me. Like, he's not a guy that you put on the mic, especially not against guys like MJF and all that, like we saw, where he was just getting eaten alive on the mic. But in the ring, he could go with the best of them. We saw his classics with Jon Moxley from earlier this year. We saw his matches with Bryan Danielson. He could go with the best of them. Like that Ring of Honor show, Death Before Dishonor, where he went against Daniel Garcia, one of the best matches in fucking, all year? I'd say that's one of the matches of the year, the pure title matchup that they had. And then they outdid that one on the episode of AEW Dynamite. So really, Yuta has definitely got it. I think that he's going to be a megastar. And it's just on AEW to make sure that they continue to push him in the right way and not put a mic in his hand, Have William Regal do the
Oh,
talking
yeah.
for him.
I agree. I'm not disagreeing there. I mean, yeah, man. I mean, I agree. I mean, Wheeler Yuta has the potential to become a V star. I mean, I liked him when I didn't get notice of Yuta when I saw him in Ring of Honor. When I saw him in Ring of Honor when he competed during the pandemic era, I'm like, this kid has something. He has potential. I liked him. He reminded me. I don't know. In the beginning, he kind of reminded me of. Fuck, I'm trying to remember. I had a wrestler's name, but I guess. Listen. But I liked him. And from there, when he went to AEW, I'm like, okay, let's see what they're gonna do. And I didn't expect him. Honestly, I'll be honest. I didn't expect him to book Yuta this way at all. I did not expect it. So
Yeah.
Yeah. So definitely, I'm just. Yeah, we'll see how everything goes, man. We'll see how Yuta and the future holds for sure.
We gotta return to this list in like a year and see if it's working out. You know what I mean?
That's true. In a year, we'll come back to this. We'll probably come back to this in the next six months. That's maybe what we can see in the next 6 months, or by the end of the year, how you mentioned. But we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We did a back-to-back, a 2-day, two shows in one night today.
Team no sleep.
Team no sleep, ladies and gentlemen. But we are going to get some sleep a little bit for me because I'm not going to get too much because I have to wake up early because tomorrow. Join us tomorrow along, ladies and gentlemen, as I'll be doing, of course, a watch along for the first time here on Circle Debate. Watch along, watching Crown Jewel, and that is with the Tribal Chief of Podcasting, Clark Street, along with the Banger Podcasting, TK, Tim King from the Wrestling Index, and of course, the DOM, South Philly Cycle, Dom from Top Rope Wrestle Talk, and Mr. Universal himself, Nick Dieter at the UW Pod, sponsored and brought to you by the UWPod.com. There you go. But there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in here. And once again, we appreciate you all for listening. Don't forget to subscribe and watch us here on the YouTube channel. But once again, the host Stevie's went out and see here with Mike De Niro because he froze. But yes, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like, he froze. His power went out, so that's what happens. But it's okay. But don't forget, with all those blue podcasts, ladies and gentlemen, we make history. And we'll catch you guys tomorrow. Here, watch it along. Cigar Bay. Peace.
Must bid you adieu, a goodbye, mwah, and good night. Oh my God, it's so great. Bang!